Good morning and welcome to NBS Breakfast Meeting. My name is Tracy Ikofit and it's my pleasure to be hosting you this fine Thursday morning. Now we're about to get into a conversation about something that is so essential to our lives, and that is insurance. Joining me for this conversation from Swico Insurance, we have the Marketing and Distribution Manager as well as the Corporate Affairs Manager. Gentlemen, it is such a pleasure to have you this morning.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. Please introduce yourself to our audience. We can start with you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jaggwe, Ronald Muyingo. I head marketing, sales, and distribution, statewide insurance company.
And my name is Daudi Mugabi. I am the Corporate Affairs Manager at Statewide Insurance Company.
Amazing. So, Ronald, perhaps you can give us a brief background. What is Swico Insurance?
Yeah, thank you very much. Swico is a short form for Statewide Insurance Company Limited. This is a Ugandan and indigenous company that has been around for quite some time. That is about 44 years. We have been in the insurance sector industry for 44 years, and next year actually we shall be celebrating 45 years in business. So we are basically a general insurance service provider in the sector. So we've been around. It is one of the companies that has basically distributed the sector into all the regions of the country. We currently have about 22, 25 branches in and around Uganda. So we are currently doing that much for the economy, and we are trying our best to see that we bring the service nearer to the people and population at large. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And as you mentioned, you are a general insurance company. Yeah. So we're going to be going perhaps sector by sector. So we'll start with agriculture. Yeah. I'll bring my question to you, Daudi. So with unpredictable weather conditions becoming the norm, how is Swico making sure that agriculture insurance is actually working for the people?
Yes, absolutely. Agriculture insurance is something that we have now put our attention to. And the reason for that is because of, like you've mentioned, the demand. And the fact that we call ourselves statewide insurance company, that means that we have presence across all the corners of the country. And with that benefit, we try to see our communities and how best we can help them with some of the challenges that they face, one of which obviously is agriculture insurance. Like you mentioned, our focus has previously been on general insurance, that is cars, buildings, and other essential assets like that. But now we're turning our focus to also helping the farmers with their what I would call assets, which is the crops and animals. And in partnership with the Agro Consortium, where we come together with other insurers backed by the government to ensure that whatever it is that these farmers grow or rear is protected by us as insurers. And that's where we're putting our efforts now.
Absolutely. And Ronald, my next question is to you. So beyond the product itself, what are you doing differently to make sure that you reach these remote areas, but also to demystify insurance, get people to understand it better?
Yeah, thank you very much. Currently, we've been getting so many requests, and like I told you, we almost have every branch in every region, and we currently know that the biggest population of this country is involved into agriculture. So there have been so many requests of people coming through asking us, why is it that you are not covering or you don't have an insurance cover for agriculture? Because that is one area that we know that touches each and every one. So what we decided at the end of last year, we decided to say, let us also invest ourselves into agriculture to see that we cover the biggest population that we currently have. And we also know that the government itself, like my colleague has said, together with the Uganda government, have been trying to push people to engage or to go back into agriculture. That is coffee farming and all the other crops that we basically know. So we decided to come through to see that we cover what really affects the biggest population of this country, and that is agriculture. That is on top of what we've currently been covering. We invited and we said, yes, let us push harder and see that among the innovations or among the new things that we currently have, agriculture should basically be a part, and as well as trying to support the government call for those projects that they will basically come up with.
Absolutely, yeah. And as you mentioned, it really is a big part of Uganda in general. Yeah. So it's great that you've created a solution for that.
Agriculture has been around, but I think it has been silent. Yeah. There has been a consortium, but not every insurance company does agriculture. So we joined the consortium to see that we push or we support the economy, and we support the government to see that the risks that people are facing are basically covered. And it's only the insurance company that can really come in and save the situation. situation.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. Daudi, I want to come back to you. Let's talk dog insurance. This is still a fairly fresh concept within Uganda. So perhaps you could make it clear to us what gap you identified and wanted to close with with dog insurance specifically, and how it actually covers both the pet and the owner.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a product that we launched last year, a product that won us the most innovative insurance company for the year 2025. We're very proud of that. And the reason for that is because of how unique it is in addressing a need in the community or in the market. We have a lot of security farms and a lot of dog lovers and pet lovers. We've seen the fanfares and the communities around dogs in our society growing year on year. And these dogs, the maintenance and the risks involved in keeping these dogs healthy and safe is growing in terms of the expenses that the owners have to fork out whenever an incident occurs. And that's what the dog insurance is there to do, is to help a pet owner who has a very exotic breed that is sensitive to disease or illness to cover their costs whenever they go to the vet. It's also there to help a security farm that has a large number of animals for security reasons, which have to be trained, which have to be well fed. When those animals fall sick, they incur very large expenses, and the insurance is there to cover that as well. And we've made such huge strides because of the award that we won in the innovation, which has led to partnerships from all kinds of associations and even banks as well. So we're very proud of that. And we're continuing to grow the awareness of this product because it's a niche market, but the more people become aware of it, the more people have that insurance, they refer others. And so that's our mission, is to grow this insurance, because the community of dog lovers and dog owners is certainly growing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ronald, I'm going to come back to you. So let's say a person's dog injures a passerby. Does the policy cover that liability, and how affordable is it for the average pet owner?
Yeah, thank you. We, like Daudi said, we know dogs are we call them the man's or the man's best friend. Yeah, so we know they can do anything at any one time. So public liability is one of the products that we've basically been selling as a loan product. However, when we innovated the dog insurance product, we decided to have an extension of covering the public, because when you are the owner of this dog, it is upon you to see that it does not injure any other person or your neighbor. So what if that dog injures the neighbor or any other person, we take that under the public liability cover. So by essence, you are supposed to compensate, or you are supposed to take on the risk that might be caused by your dog. So that's why we came in and said, okay, we shall have the cover apart from the illness, the medical for the dog. We shall also give an extension for any other accident that might be caused to the third party. We call them third party, those that are not part of you. So we give a benefit, or we give a limit. Yeah, we can say we shall contribute to a limit of 5 million, just in case there's something like that. Because when it happens, you can either be taken to police or you can be taken to court. Right. So that contribution is what we basically give, just in case it has really happened. Yes.
Thank you. Daudi, let's now talk about your cancer run. Perhaps you can explain to us what it is and the kind of impact and measurable difference you've been able to make within communities.
All right. Well, just to clarify, it is the Rotary Cancer Run. We are partners as a statewide insurance company. As part of our CSR initiatives, we, being a Ugandan company, like Ronnie said, we've been around for 44 going on to 45 years. And one of the diseases that is becoming very prominent in today's Uganda is cancer, which is why for the past 3 years, we've partnered with the Rotary Clubs of Uganda in this cancer run. So we make a contribution that is financial, but in addition to that, I'd mentioned earlier that we have branches across the country. We help with the distribution of these kits. In other words, if somebody wants to buy a Rotary Cancer Run, and by the way, buying a kit is a direct contribution to the cause, which is building a facility in Zambia that helps to screen cancer patients. We currently have one in Uganda, and so the mission is to build a second one. So Swico has partnered with the Rotary Clubs of Uganda in this fight against cancer, and that's the role that we play, is to help with the distribution of the kits, is to help with the awareness like we're doing today to combat this disease that is definitely afflicting each and every one of us.
Absolutely. So, Ronald, beyond your core business, what other specific CSR initiatives are you undertaking to give back to the communities that you serve?
Apart from what Daudi has basically talked about, I think he has also not told you that he's a Rotarian himself. We are both Rotarians, yes. And it means a lot. I come from the Rotary Uptown, that is a club. But there are so many activities we've been involved in, and basically these are activities to do with our schools. We've been doing all that for quite some time. But like he has said, we, for the last 3-4 years, decided to join the Rotary International to call to contribute. We've been involved in so many activities to do with the Uganda government, where we've been contributing and then giving back to the people to see that we cover that, because we basically know that the government cannot cover much of what we see alone. So we come through to support them. So there are so many activities that we are basically involving ourselves in. And let me also take this opportunity to call on the public that on 30th August, this month, that is when we have the Rotary Cancer Run. As our sponsors, we are calling you to make sure that you come and buy your kit. And when you buy that kit, please come and participate, because whatever contribution you make for this Rotary Cancer Run means a lot. It means a lot for both us and then the government in general.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
So now let's get into the motor third-party insurance. So when it comes to speeding up the claims processing, especially for compensation for accident victims that need it immediately, what have you done to speed up that process?
Thank you very much. Motor third party basically is a compulsory cover. We know that every vehicle, every motorcycle that we currently have on this country, that one that uses Ugandan road must comprehensively have a third-party sticker. And that's why you see that the police and the government is trying its level best to implement. We realized, we got a lot of calls from the population saying that they don't know what it takes for one to make a claim. I want to make it very, very clear to the public that claims are coming in for third party, but people are being so silent. So what we have basically decided to do is either to go digital, that someone can use his phone to make a claim. You can use your phone to notify the insurance company like Swico that you've been involved in an accident. But above all that, we've gone beyond police. We've taken engagements to the public through the police and educated them that this is what you basically have to do for one to have a compensation. Because in case you're involved in an accident, feel free to engage us together with the police. We've, this year also when it started, the Insurance Regulatory Authority plus the sector decided to go digital when it comes to issuing of motor third-party sticker. So if that sticker is digital, it becomes very easy for you to know which insurance company is covering you. So claiming becomes easy because you now know, because it's on your phone. So it's a matter of calling statewide, I've been involved in an accident, how do I get the help? Then we shall be able to guide whoever is involved in an accident on how we can have those claims come through per se. Okay. Yes.
Great. Daudi, for a business owner who could be watching right now, what are some of your lesser known products that they might need but don't really know about?
Yeah, look, there are quite a number of products, and actually I think Ron is in a better position to answer that question, reason being he is the head of marketing and distribution, but he can supplement what I'm going to say. Some of the lesser known products that we have, which many of our customers or general business owners tend not to take on, are things like fire. Fire is one of those risks that most people downplay because what are the chances my business will catch a fire? And in most cases, they only take it up when maybe getting a loan from the bank. But it's one of those where, and we've seen it with schools, I'm sure you've read in the news and seen how sometimes an unfortunate event can cause such huge damage. So fire is one of those that is commonly known, but not aggressively sought out by many business owners, as well as other risks such as motor comprehensive. Business owners have a number of vehicles. They could even have fleets that are moving around with their products and also delivery of services, but they are not insured. It's not until you find yourself in an accident whose damage is beyond what you can financially take on, and is when you come to the insurance company. So those two are commonly known, but they are not aggressively sought out. And Ronnie, maybe you can add to any of those.
Yeah, thank you, Daudi. Like Daudi said, I think insurance is very wide. Everything that we currently have can be insured, from life to agriculture. Now we have gone to dog. Yeah, everything can be insured. But like he has said, a lot has been happening. In the general sector, we basically have covers that are individually looking at the person. We have covers that are looking, like he has said, to schools. We have covers for hospitals. We have covers for the group. Yeah, there's what we call group personal accident. We have covers for business people, that is for theft. We have covers for marine, that is covering goods that are being transported. So everything that you currently have, or everything that there is in this world, can basically be covered. It is all about innovation. That's why you're actually seeing us coming up as a statewide to innovate. When the client comes up and says, we need this, can I have a cover for this? We can always have an innovation for that kind of cover. So there's a lot that basically can be covered as long as it has a financial implication per se.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Daudi, perhaps you can tell us, what are you most proud of as Swico this year, and what can we expect moving forward?
Absolutely. Like we mentioned, one of our biggest bits of joy is the amount of time we've been in insurance. We're 44 years, turning 45 in March next year. And as an indigenous company, we have gone toe-to-toe with our competitors internationally. And as I mentioned earlier, we are the current most innovative company in the year 2025. So our pride comes from the innovations that we come up with based on the feedback that we get from the market, and that constant evolving to meet the market demands. We mentioned how we're now into agriculture, how we have the dog insurance product, and many more products to come. So that ability not to stand still, but to continue evolving with the market, our Ugandan market being Ugandans, that's our biggest pride and joy.
Amazing, and also congratulations on
Thank
your
you.
award.
And of course, as Anon said, one thing that we are proud of is being able to pay the claims. Insurance, being innovative, but the best thing that we are always being looked after is how do you pay your claims? Are you able to pay the claims? When we pay the claims, the regulator will be happy. When you pay the claim, our clients will be happy. So we are always very happy when our clients are happy because we've paid our claims. And it's very hard to survive in this company, in this country, in this economy for 44 years if you are not paying claims. So we are basically very proud that we've been able to push this company for almost 44 years and pushing on for even more and more years that are coming in.
Incredible,
Good.
incredible. So as we bring this to a close, Ronald, perhaps you can tell us where can we find more information about Swico? If someone is watching and wants to partake of some of your insurance products, where can they find you and get more information?
Daudi?
Yes, of course, there's our website. That's the easiest and fastest way. That is www.swico.co.ug. That's swico.co.ug. We are in every major district and town in Uganda. Just look us up on our website and you'll find a pinpoint location of where you can get in touch with us.
Apart from that, Statewide is one of the few insurance companies that are owning their own place or building. We are located at Shua House, Bombo Road. That is second floor. Actually, first floor, that's where you find us Statewide. But like I said, apart from Shua House, Bombo Road, we have about 22 branches and about 10 to 15 agencies that are basically trying to serve. So you'll find us on in almost every part or every region of this country. You will find an office there, basically to try and bring the service nearer to the people. And apart from the social media pages, you'll basically find us everywhere, and you just call us and then the service will be brought nearer to you.
Amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Congratulations on about to hit your 45-year mark. It's been absolutely incredible. It's also been amazing to see how you're able to adapt with the changing needs of the people as time goes on. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you to NBS.
Absolutely. And thank you for tuning into NBS Breakfast Meeting. My name is Tracy Ikopit, and until next time, God bless.
Your dog gives you their whole heart, So protect theirs with Swico Dog Insurance, because every slobbery kiss and happy tail wag deserves a lifetime of care. From accident